Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's Friday, August 4th, 2023, and this is your daily crypto news. Let's get straight down into it. A member of the so-called far-right German political party, Christina Baum, she's a member of the Alternative for Germany party, and she's issued a stark warning against WorldCoin's iris scanning operations. And the reason why I said so-called far-right German political party is I don't know anything about political parties, but I do know things about the media, and they're going to label things the way they label things. She could be far-right, she could be far-left. I have no clue. That's what they wrote. But her accusations about WorldCoin's iris scanning software says the eye scanner was not developed for medical purposes, but serves to collect biometric data. That is true. It's supposed to collect biometric data and put it into the blockchain and mask it under a hash and use zero-knowledge proofs to prove your data. She continued to say that these devices are used solely for the global monitoring of people. She also claimed that users that scan their eyes can have their activities permanently tracked, including movement patterns and purchasing habits. The transparent human being thus is becoming a reality, and that's more than frightening, she said. In WorldCoin's official FAQs, they claim that no personal data is collected by default and that the iris scanner is immediately deleted once the iris code is created. Basically, what they're saying is you take the biometric data from your iris, you hash it, and then the actual iris itself is deleted. I would like to see an audit on that, but that's exactly how it should work. But WorldCoin is not just getting criticism from politicians. Crypto veterans are also angry about the way WorldCoin released its long-awaited token last week. More than 2 million people signed up to receive their airdrop, and roughly 95% of circulating tokens are in the hands of market makers, which have much shorter-term incentives than team members, venture capitalists, or other stakeholders. Ari Paul said, "Once again, market makers, exchanges, and VCs should be held accountable for these actions. They are effectively the investment bankers and should list new tokens at a fair price. This is not a fair price." He added that the strategy is short-sighted and unethical. Moving on from WorldCoin, Revolut is a UK-based fintech firm, and they announced suspension of cryptocurrency services in the United States. This decision was influenced by the evolving regulatory landscape and uncertainties around the crypto market in the United States, and their suspension of services is going to take effect September 2nd, 2023. That is about a month from now. Starting September 2nd, U.S. customers will no longer be able to place buy orders for cryptocurrencies on the Revolut platform. And from October 3rd of 2023, a month later, access to cryptocurrencies through Revolut will be fully disabled for U.S. customers. As a result, they'll be no longer able to buy, sell, hold any cryptocurrencies on the platform. To me, this is a potential consolidation of market share by Coinbase. I promise you they're going to take advantage of any opportunity any company gives them. Coinbase is beating earning expectations for Q2, even though they're still reporting losses. Their second quarter loss of $97 million is beating their expectations. Their reported second quarter loss is only 42 cents per share, and because of this, share price went up yesterday. Their total revenue for Q2 was $708 million, which analysts expected a loss of around 76 cents per share and a revenue of $634 million. Now, if we're going to compare this to the same time a year ago, it's down quite a bit, about $100 million. The revenue for Q2 of last year was $808 million, yet their losses per share was almost $5. Coinbase's VP of Investor Relations, they told Decrypt that they started this journey on being more financially disciplined about a year ago. There's definitely headcount reductions, but there's also a lot more efficiency and optimization across the whole company. Coinbase highlighted a 50% drop in recurring operating expenses, which includes slashing the headcount by 30%. Yesterday, the SEC obtained a restraining order against Utah-based company Debtbox, which is incorporated under Digital Licensing Incorporated, and they alleged that their fraudulent scheme raised around $50 million in unspecified amounts of Bitcoin and Ethereum. They were offering unregistered securities, we heard that before, including by falsely stating that they were engaged in crypto asset mining. It sounds like that they actually weren't. Allegedly. The complaint alleged that the defendants misappropriated the funds by buying luxury vehicles, homes, and taking lavish vacations and showering themselves and their friends with cash from their investors. Again, heard this before many times. Debtbox was communicating with investors via hundreds of online videos and social media posts, and they claimed that their crypto mining activity would generate exorbitant gains for investors. But the node licenses were a sham, allegedly. And Jack Dorsey's Block Inc. has reported a gross profit of $1.87 billion in its second quarter of 2023. It's a 27% year-over-year increase. and $2.4 billion of its total $5.5 billion in Q2 net revenue came from Bitcoin. Now let's pop over to Asia with Sarah in our new segment, Asia Focus.
Thank you, Matthew. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Asia Focus, a weekly section of daily crypto news. My name is Sarah, aka JK Remote. Not an AI, but a quirky Korean girl living and breathing. Alright, China has kept their attitudes towards crypto industry quite clear for some time now. Yes to the blockchain technology, but no to the cryptocurrency. And yet, the passion and greed to capitalize on this hype has never stopped. Shanghai has unveiled a comprehensive implementation plan to develop its urban blockchain digital infrastructure system between 2023 and 2025. Quote unquote, the announcement stated that this plan is a crucial part of Shanghai's strategic goal to transform itself digitally and enhance the application of blockchain technology in the economy, public services, and urban governance. And this Shanghai plan includes quote-unquote, establishing links with Hong Kong and Singapore for application in fields such as digital assets, transportation, industrial Internet of Things, supply chain finance, and carbon management, according to the report. Shout out to the scientists, our beloved listener. Thank you. Since it's very hard and rare to think of any blockchain project without some forms of tokenized asset, this just means long live crypto in China, at least to me. China has been one of the most powerful countries in the world, but has never really been the country to be at the forefront of setting a rule or regulation or a constructive footprint in the international stage. So this kind of move is very understandable. One thing we have to remember though is that the regulatory crackdown in China doesn't mean that China is dead in crypto. It never did, and it never will. Binance has been in and out of headlines for these few months. Lawsuits, seizes funds, but also at the same time, launch of Binance Japan, Binance joining Governance Council of Clayton Blockchain in Korea, obtaining crypto broker license in Dubai. I'm quite confused with Binance these days more than ever. It's hard to know that all these supposedly bullish news is a proof of the defiant Binance, or is it just one of the last breaths of the Binance empire? In this section, I wanted to genuinely toss this question to you guys to ask what you think. Where are you in the midst of all these signals around Binance? Email us, share your opinion, bookings@today@web3.com. Another Asian giant, India is stepping in to make a better future for us with crypto. G20 president this year, India published its input for framing global crypto rules. This presidency note is presumably important as this is the official recommendation before the next iteration of framing global crypto rules, a synthesis paper jointly produced by the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and Financial Stability Board (FSB). And as we know, India already has a system set for taxing crypto investment back since 2022. So this movement seems to be reinforcing the stance of Indian government for crypto. But hey, this might not be all that bad. I personally think legalization of certain assets could potentially work out a lot of problems we have, compared to when we don't have regulations. Remember we talked about CBDC in China last week? Korean government is also getting it going. Bank of Korea announced the cities for the testbed for CBDC, Jeju, Busan, and Incheon, without the capital Seoul though. Cointelegraph reported, quote-unquote, the Bank of Korea said that the regional closed tests for the CBDC will be similar to the issuance and distribution of the current local currency scheme in place in various regions of South Korea. Korea has tried so-called local monetary system using vouchers, gift certificates, heck, even tokens in local farmers' markets. They were all digitalized and got quite good use of it eventually. And there was not so much sentimental resistance from the locals too. However, CBDC experiment in Korea specifically doesn't seem to be really well thought out. The government tends to do the shiny things that everybody else in the world does, just because. And this time as well, there's not much need nor plan for CBDC in Korea, which is a little worrisome. Well, let's see how it goes. Alright, that's all for today for Asia Focus. Back to you, Matt.
Thanks, Sarah. Now it's time for those crypto prices.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk.
And the time is 10:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fear Greed's at 51, neutral. Bitcoin sitting at $29,216, down 0.2% in 24. Ethereum's at $1,841, pretty much even. Tether's number 3, Binance is at $242, up 0.6%, and XRP is at 66.3 cents, down 1.2%. Running off the top 10, we have USDC, Dogecoin, Cardano, Solana, and Tron. The total market cap is pretty much even from yesterday at 1.17 trillion. We have a Bitcoin dominance of 48.6 and an ETH dominance of 19%, and the volume, the 24-hour volume, is down 7.3% in 24, which is a big drop because yesterday you heard that we're down around 25%. So volume is shrinking. Total 24-hour volume is around $30 billion. Thank you for listening to Daily Crypto News. My name is Matt Deemer, and until next week, happy hodling everyone.